What's up guys, PPD here and welcome to episode 35 of my road to Manchester City. We're going to start off this episode like we normally do by taking a look at our transfer list. We have sold some cards that are going for pretty high prices, either due to an SBC or an SBC. That's pretty much most of the reason cards go up for a lot. But yeah, we sold David Silva, who we bought for like 15, 16, sold him for 29, made some nice profit there. We will obviously be buying him back in the future once the hype dies down on Costa and Silva drops down back to what he was. We then go ahead and do an SBC, and I think this is, marquee matchups. And just a little thing about marquee matchups, I'm not sure, this Polish one right here, I think I may have predicted it when we invested in one of some of the cards, but I'm not sure. And if I did predict it, they did not go up enough. So from now on, I will no longer be investing in marquee matchups because it clogs up my transfer list, clogs up my transfer targets for minimal profit, and most of the time I don't even get it right. So I'm going to stop doing that. I will be investing in other things. But one of the marquee matchups we had to do was Boca Juniors versus River Plate. And you guys know I'm a Boca fan, and what a game that was. We were winning 1-0. We were playing better than River. They somehow get back into it, and not only get back into it, but they turn it around on us. Make it 2-1. Boca is down despite playing better than River. Although in the second half, I think River did start playing a little bit better. And then comes Tevez. Tevez comes, equalizes it, makes it 2-2. And at that point, I'm thinking, okay, we rescued a point. Pretty good game. 1 point isn't bad from this, especially away because River were at home. But then comes the third goal. Tevez with an absolute screamer finesses it into the top right corner, makes it 3-2. Crowd goes wild. I go wild, and I can't believe it. We might actually beat River away to a Carlos Tevez brace. And not only that, Tevez is actually rumored to go away, by the way, soon. So him scoring in probably his last derby against River, and not only that, but getting 2 goals to make sure we win, was just insane. And we were away, by the way, once again. So I was going crazy, but I know how football works, and odds are we're going to score in the last minute because that's just my luck. But we held on, and not only that, in the last minute, we grab a 4th goal, make it 4-2 from a counterattack. And I just started running around my house because I couldn't believe it. We have just beaten River away after being down 2-1. We turned it around on them. And I just love beating those guys because they are some of the scummiest fans I know. But that's just because I'm a Boca fan. But yeah, great win for Boca. And I honestly needed that. After what City did to me on Saturday, I needed a little bit of cheering up, and Boca did just that on Sunday. And we opened up a bunch of packs while I was talking, and we didn't really get anybody too great. I think we got a good silver, and we also got Verratti again, who we packed not too long ago. So pretty good packs. We didn't have to spend that much on the marquee matchups, so I think it was profit from these packs. We go ahead, store all of that to the club. We're at 794,000 coins, which is absolutely insane. However, by the end of the episode, it will be way, way lower because I did buy a bunch of cards during FUT Champions, because this weekend was very, very, very stressful. It was a roller coaster of emotions. The gameplay was just something else, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later on. And yeah, that is why you're going to see the coin total go down. But yeah, we're going to jump into FUT Champions. We're currently 2-1. Not the ideal start that I would have wanted. Usually I like to get 4 wins before I lose at least. And at this point, we got 2 wins and then lost. So that was pretty annoying. But like I said, the gameplay, and I'm not using this as an excuse. You can go on Twitter or any other social media site and see that everybody was complaining about the gameplay this weekend. And I'm going to blame it on EA doing promo packs. It floods the servers, it ruins them, and it just affects the gameplay. And I don't know. I was so frustrated this weekend. I mean, there was times where I was just doing stupid stuff. But sometimes, man, the amount of times I either hit the post, failed the pass when it should have been good, my players didn't make a run, or I failed a fake shot more than I completed it this weekend, drove me bananas. Like, I could have done so much better than what I did had this game been consistent and decent. But no, this weekend was by far the worst weekend. I still managed to get a good rank, which you will be seeing in the next episode. But the fact that I did it is honestly insane because the gameplay was horrendous. Now, I'm not going to blame it fully on the gameplay on some of the games I lost. But wow, man. I did some stupid stuff. Like, I did bad passing. I made mistakes in these 40 games. But it was just incredible. The amount of games I ended up losing 2-1 to a shitty opponent because they were shitty. They did not create anything. They get one chance all game and they score it. And then I go on to hit the post 3 times after they equalize it. And then in the dying minutes of the game, they somehow get a second goal despite not doing anything all game. Was ridiculous. Like, this weekend, I did something different. I actually, after around like my 7th game, I started writing down the scores of all my games, the formations I came across, how much I lost by, who my top goal scorers were, and stuff like that. And I want to say I lost like 50% of the games I lost or more were 2-1 losses to people that weren't that much better than me. No, they weren't better than me at all. And I'm not just saying that because I'm cocky, but I legit think they weren't better than me, but I still lost. And it just makes me wonder, what if I won those games? I would have done so much better. But the past is in the past, and we can't let it get to us. But we're winning this game over here, which is important. This was our 4th game now. We got a win. We made it 3-1. A pretty tight game. Decent opponent, but once again, he didn't really create anything. I just wasn't able to create anything either. And the few chances that I have, I didn't finish them, so that's my fault. But yeah, my players did not make runs. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's just so frustrating. But we win that game, and that's all that matters, I guess. We are just 2 wins away from bronze 1 or whatever. But yeah, I had to stop playing games after that. I mean, I did play, but I needed to go ahead and do an SBC. So we're going to go ahead and do that. By the way, in that game, Lloris played. He was absolutely terrible for me after those games. I did end up getting rid of him. I just did so many changes to the team, but it was just a stressful weekend. We sold that silver guy that we packed for 6.9, which is very, very nice. We then go ahead, take a look at the transfer list again. I did end up selling Lloris. I think I made a loss. And we also sold 2 Iheanachos for 12,000 coins. And we also sold 1 to watch Morata. Now, you're probably wondering, where did Morata come from and where did he go? Blah, 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 Carnai Joe. But this is Saturday, okay? Saturday, Real Madrid plays a pretty weak side. And I thought, hold on here. Benzema is out. Odds are Morata is going to start because they don't have another striker. So I went ahead and bought Morata for 73,000 coins, I want to say, or somewhere around there. And what do you know? Real Madrid announced the lineup and Morata is in there. So all I need Morata to do is score 1 goal and his price will go up. So I went ahead, bought Morata for 73, like I said, before the lineup was even announced. Game starts. Time goes on. Second half. What do you know? Morata scores the opening goal for Real Madrid. And Morata's price skies up to 83,000 coins. So I went ahead, cashed out on him, and literally 5 minutes later, he dropped back down. After Real Madrid conceded, he dropped back down to the price I bought him for, even less in some occasions. So that's just one of those things that I can't really show you guys because it's so quick. But I'm so glad I bought him and sold him as fast as I did because we took the profit and we didn't make a loss. And all is good in the world. I also went ahead and bought more Castishas because he did drop back down to 11,000 coins. Definitely a card I think will be worth it come the future if Sanchez does get Player of the Month. Also went ahead and bought Fontes because I am no longer going to stop doing that Or does that make sense? I'm gonna stop sleeping on Fontes because he always goes up. Him and Terry always go up once a player of the month that's high rated is released. So I am done missing out on that investing opportunity. I went ham on Fonte, and I would have gone ham on Terry too had I had more room in the transfer targets. And that is why I will no longer be doing marquee matchups investing, but we go ahead and complete the SBC for the Saudi League. And that is going to conclude this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Pipideed, and I'm out.